धन्यवाद श्री जयराम रमेश जी। श्री सुजीत कुमार जी।
Thank you, sir. Sir, this resolution moved by Professor Rakesh Sinha has given me an opportunity to briefly speak on a few issues which I'm really passionate about. We are profusely proud of our ancient culture, tradition, knowledge system, and also our achievements in the fields of astronomy, medicine, art, literature, and culture. All of us are aware of this, sir. Sir, why is it necessary to revisit our past? I think, sir, this can be aptly summarized by this African proverb, which says, until the lions have their own historians, the tales of hunt will always glorify the hunters. Sir, I was teaching my son, who is now in class 9th, last year he was in 8th, and I was teaching him, and I went through his history book, and Muhammad of Ghazni and Raja Chola I are mentioned in the same paragraph. It's a paragraph of this length. I was taken aback, I was shocked really. How can you equate Raja Chola I with Muhammad of Ghazni, and that too in the same paragraph? There was no mention of the great emperors of Kalinga, there was no mention of Kharavela, King Kharavela the Great, you know of him. There was no mention of the Vijayanagara empires. There was no mention of Rani Gidlo, from the eminent freedom fighter from the northeast. So it is definitely worthwhile to revisit our past. In his resolution, Professor Sinha has urged the government to establish research foundation to revive the Indian knowledge tradition. I'm not sure if Professor Sinha is aware that amongst large economies, India spends the lowest on its R&D. Now when I say R&D, it's research and development on pharma, on high-end technology, on semiconductor, on IT, including research on literature, art, culture. We spend only 0.7% of our GDP on R&D. I've spoken twice in this very august house on the need to increase our spend on research and development. Let me give a comparative, let me present the comparative numbers, sir. South Korea spends 3.2, China spends 2.8, US 3.1, Israel 4.2 on R&D. So unless we increase our R&D spend, Professor Sinha's urge will only be empty talk. The urge to establish research foundation to revive the Indian knowledge tradition. So this has given me an opportunity, because this is a subject which I'm very passionate about, so this has given me an opportunity to strongly support Rakesh ji's urge, while really requesting the government to increase our R&D spend. Sir, his second urge, which is enumerated in clause E, is to grant national recognition to traditions pertaining to art, literature, culture, festivals, blah, blah, which have been existing for hundreds of years. Vinay Sahasrabudhe is here, and he is also the chair of ICCR, and he also spoke of the soft power. Sir, in 1994, Professor Joseph Nye had written a book which became a bestseller, Soft Power. He introduced the concept of soft power as opposed to hard power, which everyone spoke of, military power, economic power, technological powers. And Vinayji articulated soft power in terms of 5 unique characteristics. He spoke of the spiritual democracy, he spoke of confluence with Mother Nature, and I couldn't get the other 3, but I think the idea is well understood, well taken. Sir, again, I've spoken in this very august house a couple of times on the need to establish ICCR centers, and he also mentioned our ICCRs. Today, our civilization is as old as the Chinese civilization, probably even older. Today, China has over 500 Confucius institutes across the globe. We have only 37 ICCR centers. I met Vinayji also personally. I met the Honorable External Affairs Minister. Taiwan is begging us to have an ICCR center in Taipei. Many countries, I do not wish to name them here, many countries, when I meet the ambassadors, they are so keen to know about Indian dance forms, the classical dance form, music, cuisine. But can we not as a nation have at least 100 ICCR centers? We talk of reviving the ancient knowledge system. We are talking of reviving our ancient traditions, culture. Yes. But unless we do, unless we take this knowledge system, the civilizational culture, thousands of years of wisdom through ICCR centers or otherwise to different parts of the world, what are we doing with our soft power? Sir, I had the good fortune to live in Honolulu, Hawaii for 2 years. And the native Hawaiians worship Shivaling. I was taken aback, I was shocked. Hawaii is in the middle of nowhere in the Pacific. And I'm pretty sure no one from India probably dared to sail to Hawaii. Probably they went all the way up to PNG, Papua New Guinea, or even Australia, New Zealand. But probably no one did sail to Hawaii. But there is this tradition of worshipping Shivalinga there. But are we doing enough to bridge that Indian culture with the native cultures of different countries? Sir, my third point again also refers to what Professor Sinha has mentioned in his urge, form a civilizational culture with such traditions and microcultures. I'll just conclude in 2 minutes, sir. So when we talk of microcultures, have we done enough to protect, promote, and disseminate our tribal practices? So I'll give an example. 6 years ago, I met a tribal artist 6 years ago, and he had an instrument which I do not recall now what it was called, but it was called something in Odia, and he was one of the only 3 people left in the world who played that instrument. In December, when we tried to find that gentleman and the other 2 people, they were all gone. None of them is alive today. A similar example also with the healing practice. So there is a tribe in Odisha, Kond. They have a unique healing practice. When the child has diarrhea, they have a unique healing practice, and that's on the verge of extinction. So this has given me an opportunity to urge the government, this discussion today, to document, at least let's start documenting. Then we can talk of protecting and promoting and preserving our ancient and microcultures. And finally, sir, this should not be a political project. We are all for decolonization, but it should not be exclusionary. Sir, let me end by referring to Bhakta Salabeg. I'm not sure how many in this August house know about Bhakta Salabeg, who is probably the greatest devotee, or who was rather the greatest devotee of Lord Jagannath, and he was a Muslim. His devotional songs, I'm pretty sure Sonal ma'am is aware of this, his devotional songs are today sang in every Odia household, Bhakta Salabeg. Even today, his samadhi is on the Badadanda, the grand road in Puri, where the chariot of Lord Jagannath, Balabhadra and Subhadra are taken every year during the Car festival. And even today, 300 years later, during the Car festival, the chariots are inevitably stopped near the samadhi of Bhakta Salabeg. So that is the Indian culture. And I think decolonization of our imagination, of our culture, should be all-inclusive, should not be a political project, rather it should be a socio-cultural undertaking by involving people from all religions, all walks of life. Thank you.
Thank you.